Um, Today is the first episode I'll ever be doing, and the first video of my channel that I'll be uploading. This will essentially be a art vlog channel, I suppose. I mainly want to talk about and show my progress and work ethic, I suppose, and exercises, things I'll be doing to go ahead and try to improve on art. But I don't want it to be just art, so I may dabble in other things that I like to do, such as like video games, specifically fighting games like Guilty Gear Strive, or learning new things like right now I'm dabbling a little bit in learning Japanese, specifically like learning the hiragana alphabet. I think is like, because they have like different alphabets. Well, I'm learning hiragana a little bit. Learning instruments, like I play a little bit of harmonica, I play a little bit of guitar. I'm terrible at both, but I probably know harmonica the best. I want to learn piano eventually. I want to learn more about music. I want to try different art styles. I want to practice and learn a lot of things, and I struggle a lot with that. But as you can see, these are all my sketchbooks, and I have not given up on art, and I don't plan to in any time soon. Art, it means a lot to me, and one day I would like to be able to become a concept artist. Maybe not a professional, but at least a level where I feel adequate and skillful enough to do concept art for my own projects. It's not really tutorials, even though you can probably learn some stuff from this. From learning from my mistakes, most likely. So this is probably the best way to go ahead and understand maybe what I'm about when it comes to art, or my skill level, instead of trying to explain what I want to do or how I'm trying to get. So these are not the latest. The oldest one, the very first one that I'm going to start with, is this one. You can tell by how beat up and how the cover is off. I think I've been drawing for about 2.5 years on and off. I could be wrong, but we'll find out. This is the latest one that I pretty much have filled out. I need to start a new one. And I have not gone through my sketchbooks in a while, and I've been feeling a bit unsatisfied with my progress and how I am. And typically when I'm like that, I go through my old sketchbooks, because a good friend of mine told me to always keep these and have them dated so you can see your progress. So let's do that. First ever sketchbook, I should have it dated. Oh my goodness, I started in 2018. Today, we're in 2022, so that's 4 years ago. I started 4 years ago, on November 11th. I remember this too. You probably can't see it very well. I did a lot of pencil stuff because I was so scared of pen. I was trying to draw a necklace, because there's a character that has a necklace that I wanted to learn how to draw. And I remember actually picking this up. I remember having this idea for this character and for like this project, and I decided to learn how to draw so I can do something, right? So I told my buddy who drew at the time. He doesn't so much anymore. He stopped for a while and he's coming back into it. And he helped me pick everything out, and he got me this. He told me to get the sketchbook. We went to a store together. I rushed him out, and then he said, "Sure, I'll help you get everything." And I remember drawing, I think like 2 weeks later, finally bringing myself to draw 2 weeks later. I did this, hated it, felt disgusted, and absolutely stopped for a very long time. So let's see when's the next date I've drawn. Oh wow, I remember I used to hate myself every time I drew. I forgot about that. Well, I don't, but I forgot how much I hated myself when I started. And I think that's probably a problem a lot of people have when they first start, or when they're trying to learn, is just how much guilt or shame they feel when they first start. I feel that from time to time as well. I try not to. But we'll get into that later and how I deal with that. Oh, okay, that's not bad. So it was about 8 days later when I started drawing again. That's right, I tried to draw like a cowboy hat because I wanted to draw like this robot guy, like a robot cowboy. And he ended up looking like a bender. I remember that. Okay. That's actually kind of cool looking back at this. If you recognize this guy, he's from like this steampunk dig game. I forgot what the hell it's called. SteamWorld Dig, I think. So I was trying to learn how to draw him so I could use him as a reference for the robot cowboy I wanted to learn how to draw. I remember that. Yeah, I remember I was drawing at my old job. When there was downtime. It was mainly doing like reports on downtime, so if you didn't have any reports to do, you're kind of free for a little bit. So I tried drawing, and I think while I wasn't looking, my coworker decided to write that. That's very nice of him. That's kind of the people I work with. It's whatever. I actually remember I didn't notice at first, or I think I noticed and I just ignored it because I didn't know how to respond. He went, I drew you something. And I looked and I went, ah. He's like, I do. I'm like, alright. Thank you. Oh, I have no idea how to even draw this guy anymore. I think his name was supposed to be Clement. I'll be honest, I thought I was gonna look at these and feel absolutely disgusted. They look like shit. Don't get me wrong. I just kind of find it endearing, I guess. Mainly because I don't draw my own characters. I mainly just copy references. So there's more Clement. I remember... I actually really still like this one. How about, like, little point of view? I don't know, it's kind of neat to see me trying to draw, like, original characters and stuff. That's kind of neat. I don't do that, like, nearly enough anymore, like, at all. I mainly just copy references and try to learn. I'm so scared of drawing anything original because I'm so bad at anatomy. Oh. There's some more. Okay, I remember this. I was trying to figure out how to draw the hat. So, if you didn't notice, it's very hard to tell. I was trying to draw the hat, like a cowboy hat, to be like a heart. So, like the back would be like a heart butt, right? Because you see the heart has like these two curves, two arches at the top. I wanted the back of the hat to be that and come to a point. So it would look kind of strange. But you'd be able to see from the top that it would be in the shape of a heart a little bit. I still could not conceptually understand how to draw it. And you can see my proportions were way out of whack, like a big old chest. I didn't know how to draw a neck or the handkerchief. I think this was the best one. I really like this one. I remember I drew in this little work journal I had whenever I had like a little bit of downtime, but I couldn't get my sketchbook. I forgot about this guy. Okay, I can explain. Oh wow. Oh my goodness, I had this sketchbook for like... Because I started 2018, 2020, because I remember I didn't finish... I didn't draw on every page, I only drew on the front, and then I went back and I drew on the back, so that's why like there's a jump from like 2019 to 2020. So essentially, I think it took me about a year to finish this then, because if I count it as like 2019, yeah, it's a little bit over a year. I think this is a bit more confidence, but you can see my lines were real shit, and I didn't really draw anything original either. This is just little screenshots and random crap I liked. But this, I remember this. There was a monster. There's a monster concept that I had no idea how in the hell to draw, and I couldn't draw it, so I just went for it. I completely forgot about this. It was supposed to be like a frog mixed with like a bull. I remember that, and it was supposed to be red. I didn't know how to draw it. And I remember my brother saw this lion legs? Oh, because that's how like the hind legs were supposed to look. Oh, I'm starting to remember. Yeah, he was supposed to have like a black hide, and then the front where like the sack where Frog's croak was gonna be red, so he was gonna have a red underbelly with the where like his soft skin would be, and his hard, thick, furry hide would be black fur with eyes here that look like I think they're gonna be like bull eyes, but they're gonna be slightly covered, kind of like if y'all played Boss Hunter, the Diablo's horns, how they're kind of like curled this way, like there's a head and it curls here and it kind of goes forward like that. I wanted that, except a little bit shorter and kind of be on top of his eyes a little bit. I couldn't express that. I should go back and try to draw that. Oh, that was another attempt. I remember my brother saw that and he's like, what the fuck? And I was like, oh, don't judge. He was cool with it though. He was just like, oh, alright. And I explained I did not know how to draw it. This was supposed to be Kite from Hunter x Hunter. I'm going to be completely honest. I'm actually surprised how much I kept up with drawing when I first started. I thought I completely stopped for a while. I think I did. What the fudge? I'm trying not to curse. I curse like a sailor. Okay, I remember I drew Pheromosa, because I liked Pheromosa a lot. My lines were very bad, but I think my general understanding of shapes was okay. Weird. I remember this was like a concept for a heart icon that I want to do. Because originally I actually wanted Clement to be in a video game that my friend had an idea for. We decided to that we would work on it together. We still have plans to do it one day. And we work on it very rarely. But I just don't feel very comfortable because my art sucks. Completely forgot that I did that. I remember I actually made this in pixel art and animated it. You know what's crazy? I actually did that. There was a week where I got super obsessed with pixel art. I did nothing but pixel art for like a week. I guess you can find out when that week was, because I think it was a little bit after this. So there's like January 11th, 2019. And then, yeah, like 7. So that was like, what the fuck was it? 11th. So 9 days later. So that was like within that week. And let's see what the next drawing is. 25, 21. Oh, wait, that was more trying to understand cogs and how to draw cogs and how they would look in 3D space a little bit. Oh goodness, I forgot that I started Drawbox then, so I was trying to do like planes so I can understand it in 3D space. It's crazy. I remember I drew this because a buddy of mine told me to, and I didn't know what to draw, so I just asked. March. Okay, I think that's a bit of a jump, wasn't it? Yep. Oh no, that's back. That's when I went through the second time. Okay. I was pretty good at doing dates, not all the time. I remember this. I remember being very disgusted and proud of myself for this drawing. One, because I didn't draw full bodies, and I didn't really draw like people. And I tried so hard. I remember I drew this in a Starbucks in a cafe and just worked on it for like hours. Just erasing and redrawing and going over and trying to get it perfect. And it sucked. I remember looking at it and it sucked, and I went, oh god. And it completely stopped. It's supposed to be, what the hell is her name? I don't remember. She was my favorite character for a while. From Kingdom Hearts. She's from Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. I remember seeing a picture, like a fan art picture, and I just copied that. That's actually what I did with a lot of the newest, like some of the stuff, like Kite. That's what I did. I copied the screenshot of it. Strelexia! Now it came to me. You could probably find the picture. Yep. I found it. I remember, yep, I found the picture. I think this is the picture I try to use as a reference. I do not know who the original artist is. I think this is it. Oh man, I had the proportions all wrong. But yeah, I remember really loving this drawing. So I decided to try to do it. And I remember one of the reasons why I liked it so much was also because the pendant. So I wanted to draw this so I can learn how to draw that pendant. That's a nice. This is making me less cringe than I thought I would. I remember there's a quote my friend told me about. I think it was Tetsuya Nomura or another artist. Because Tetsuya Nomura was the artist for Kingdom Hearts. He's either the artist or creative director or both. He does a lot of art for Kingdom Hearts, though. If he wasn't the main artist, he at least worked on bits and pieces. There was some stream or some such where he was doing art, and he mentioned if you ever look back at your art and you ever feel bad or cringe at how bad it is, that's just to show how much you've grown. I used to really cringe at my art, and I still do from time to time, but I try not to do. And I look at my drawings, and I try to the end product isn't the goal as much anymore. Like trying to do a good drawing, it's trying to learn or do something different so I can get better. But it's also, this is gonna sound so hokey, and this is part of the reason why I wanted to do these videos, was I decided I try to figure out what art or drawing means to me, because before it was like a bit of escapism and trying to find a different path in my life because I didn't know where I was going. So I remember I wanted to get really good super quick, and that's not gonna happen. It takes years and years of practice, and masters still think they're garbage. Like I remember I listened to a lot of Lucid Pixel, and he still thinks he's garbage, and he's so good. So it's just absurd for me to think that, and I tried that, and it blew up in my face, and I couldn't get rid of that mentality for a long time, and I still have it bits and pieces. So it's gonna sound so hokey and cheesy, but I believe drawing and art, at least for me, is a sign of affection. So whether it's affection for the art style or the characters or for a thing, a place, a setting, a theme, I already said theme, or just a concept, I believe drawing something is, one, it's understanding, because in order to draw something well, you have to have a very good understanding of it. And the more I drew and the more I draw, I really still believe that. More that concept gets into my mentality is drawing is understanding, and you only really want to it's such a level of understanding that I think you have to have a real affection or care for that subject. So I think that's why I'm not so cringing so hard or so embarrassed of these drawings, is because it just shows how much affection I had, even though I hated the drawings at the time. It's how much affection I had for this, for Clement or for Shalexia. I remember this. So you know how like cowboys smoke a lot? I thought it'd be fucking dumb and cheesy, and I loved it. I love that concept. Was instead of him smoking a cigar, he would smoke like a bolt, like a nut, like a screw, I guess, and it would just work like a cigar. Makes no sense. I remember this and this. Okay, so Pip named Slickback. I just like him a lot. I think he's funny, and I remember this. So I was a pretty big fan of Temmie Chang, and Temmie Chang said on Twitter that she wanted to be a Vocaloid, and I thought it'd be such a cool idea to try to draw like her avatar as like a little like Vocaloid persona, and I thought it'd be super cool, and I didn't know how to draw, so I gave up. I didn't know how to draw the hair, I didn't know how to draw the body. I struggled so hard and I cringed so hard and I just stopped. Looking back on it, I did it because I I think a part of me thought like, oh, that would get so much attention if I did that. And it'd be so cool, but I couldn't do it. And I didn't want to embarrass myself. And I had a lot of pride back then, a lot of empty pride. So I think it would have been really embarrassing for me to do like a crappy picture and upload it online and have people shit on it. I still feel that too. But maybe it would have been cool. I still want to revisit that one day, but I completely forgot. I remember I drew a small little comic because my buddy was playing Stellaris. His character found salt on a planet that was deemed useless. So I decided to draw a little comic about it. You can tell I didn't know how to draw faces, so I just left his face blank. I drew that in a car. I remember because I did that, and I made sure I did that because I thought it looked garbage, and I still think it looks bad. I forgot about this. This is back when I was doing some digital art. I wanted to draw some fan art for Fallen London. In Fallen London, there's these night walkers, ladies of the night, to say in a much more polite tone, that were very identifiable by wearing these very striking and symbolic stockings. They were like vibrant scarlet stockings that apparently, like in that universe, was only provided by like a higher up in the government, which was pretty much a master of one of the bazaars. I forgot what it was. I think it was Mr. Wines, which was a demon. Fallen, it's whack and crazy, and I bloody love it. So I wanted to draw her. I draw like some lady in in a beautiful pose. 'Cause I think ladies are pretty. So I remember I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and do I'm gonna do what the YouTubers do, and I'm gonna record myself drawing it, and I'm gonna upload it. It'd be so cool. I've always wanted to try doing that. That looks so cool. And I gave up because it took a lot of effort, and it was hard, and I thought it looked bad. I still have the recordings, I think. I don't think I could draw that now, honestly. I remember this. I was reading a book on drawing. It was like drawing for absolute beginners, I think. And there were some exercises on it, and one of them was to draw like pretty much still lifes. That I do that very, very rarely now. I think I only did it once last year, but I didn't know what to draw, and I think it was at a cafe. I think it was at like a local cafe before it got bought out by a chain, which is sad. And I remember, I think I did this from memory, and it looks awful. I stopped. I impressed my friend because he's like, man, I wish I could draw something from memory. I went, yeah. But no, this looks awful, actually. I don't recommend doing that if you're trying to learn how to draw faces and heads. I just recommend learning how to do the Loomis method. This is back before I knew how to do that. I remember, I really like drawing treats and snacks and tasty pastries. I remember I had a dream. Actually, there's a story behind this one. I had a dream of this lady. God damn it, Jonathan. Fuck it, whatever. I had a dream essentially about a lady in. It looked like Futaba, essentially. But like in a bunny suit, and I remember loving the hair a lot. So I remember I got up, and before I could forget it, I remember rushing to the desk that I was drawing on that was in my room, and I did all this real quick, and it took a long time. And I remember going, oh wow, I was able to do the hair decently well, and I drew the face, and I was only afterwards where I realized, oh, it looked like Futaba. And I was like, oh man, if I can do this, maybe I can start drawing my own character soon. Wow, that looks decent. Oh my goodness. It's not. I still couldn't. I still can't draw character. So that's the story behind that. Yep. There's a lot of pages like that where I start and never really finish. Or they're just doodles. That was me trying to draw a Kawakami. I did not understand facial proportions, and I still don't. Still shit. Those more concepts for like the toaster dog. I like the idea that the face is like just a lit up screen, and then when it comes up to you, the screen lifts, and you see like rows of teeth, and it'll be like a furnace inside of it to like melt down metal and such. Yep, but another one. I remember this. I wanted to draw like a Jack Skellington kind of character, like a Halloween-y character, but it was supposed to be based off like the Headless Horseman. Kind of. This is like the backstory was like it was a biker with like a jack-o'-lantern head, and he'd eat candles, and he'd like be in this world that was essentially purgatory, where if he died with regrets, he'd show up in this world as like a distorted figure, and kind of like adopt a like Halloween persona or a monster persona until you could get over your own regrets. So I was like, the concept was like this biker who was a doctor that died in an accident after like rushing out the hospital of like losing a patient, I think, or because he used to be a gang member. He was a gang member, decided to turn his life around, became a doctor, and like in the hospital he failed to save one of his friends who was a gang member who got shot up, and he after he was done, he just decided to go on a ride and got into a car accident and died, and he became like pretty much the Headless Horseman, but biker with jack-o'-lantern head. Yeah, I remember that, and they were supposed to be called like Hollows, and I wanted to make a comic, but I wasn't confident in my art skills, so I never really went anywhere with that. But I think I tried to draw him a few more times. Yeah, that's cool. It's cool seeing little projects like that I started and never finished. Oh, hey, now that's actually interesting. So you can see how I'm starting to try to use the Loomis method. That's cool. I didn't think I ever used the Loomis method in this book. I think I hated it. And I was so bad at it, so I stopped. So I almost never ever used it. I think that might be the only time. Okay, so here's the story with this guy. I forgot his name. Shit. It's from, I think his name's Brad. From Lisa the Painful RPG. I wanted to draw an animation with him in there. I wanted to do an animation, and I started it, and I never finished a single frame. All I did was the background, and it took so long, and I told myself, I'm gonna do this animation, and I'm gonna start it, and I'm not gonna stop until it's finished, because I never finish anything. And I completely burnt myself out after like a ton of hours. It was awful. No way, I finished a single frame. And I didn't understand how to do it in perspective, so I didn't know how to draw the dude. But there's a scene in Lisa where, goodness, it's gonna sound so whack, but in Lisa, there's no women, it's all men. So it's about like how society just goes to shit after an apocalypse, when with a society with nothing but men. And so you have to, eventually there's a part of the game where you visit a brothel, and you go into one of these rooms, and there's a guy who just dances in front of you. And that's it. He just dances in front of you, and then he asks you if you like his dance. And if you say yes, he gives you a tissue. And if you don't, you fight him. I remember loving that animation. I remember loving the concept so much that I wanted to do this animation where this Brad, like a very stern and stoic looking character, walks up into a room where this guy just asks if he wants to see him dance. Brad says yes, and just dances his heart out to some crazy hardcore electronic techno music. Like highly detailed with tons of muscles and sweat, like really play it up, make it really flamboyant, really play it up. And then afterwards ask Brad if he liked it, and Brad just shedding a single tear, going yes. So I remember drawing that to try to understand. I think I did a few sketches of him digitally to try to understand. So I remember I drew this because I bought a Christopher Hart book. Christopher Hart? I think that's his name. On how to draw anime. So I copied one of the pictures, and that's what it was. I think I still have it. I do not use it. Very rarely. did I ever use it to begin with? I think I read through it and I was like, oh wow, this really helps. And no, I barely use it. It's funny to think about though. Holy crap, I found it. Yep, this is the book. It's because I wanted to draw pretty girls. I really wanted to learn how to draw pretty girls. And pretty boys. Oh, where is it? I know there's a drawing in here somewhere. I know it. I always wanted to get good at drawing hair. I'm still bad at that. But I'm always fascinated with hair. With drawing hair. I think it's one of, like, because it's one of the things that shows the most personality in a character, right? Is hair. Oh, that's really cool. That's cool as shit. Maybe I should use this more often. Get out of the way, Andrew Loomis. I'll be reading Christopher Hart from now on. Oh, I think that's why I drew that character like that. It's because I was reading this book at the time and I was trying to learn from it. I think that's why. Goodness me. Hold on. This is crazy. I'm enjoying this too much. I didn't think I would enjoy it. I thought I would try to speedrun it. Yep, I think I did it like that with the joints for circles and like I didn't understand how to draw like the torso and the not the torso, the rib cage and the pelvis. The proportions are off, I think. But that's what I did just to like have an understanding of it. I think that's why I did it like that. Oh, come on. I know that drawing's in here somewhere. Perhaps it was all a farce. I was just so enraptured with Christopher Hart, I needed to bring back one of these books. That must be it. In there? Oh, shit. There it is. That is not how I remember it. For some reason, I thought it had blonde hair. Man, for some reason, I thought she had blonde hair. Okay. But yeah, that's a nice blast from the past. I remember, I had this one, and I had this one. I didn't know this was from Christopher Hart. I remember after like reading through this and practicing from it, how Christopher Hart kind of had a bad rep and wasn't the best resource for learning. I was like, oh, I should get like a good anatomy book because I need to learn how to draw bodies. And I'm like, wow, anatomy made easy? Oh, what are the reviews? And I don't really use this too much though. I mainly use the Michael Hampton book and Andrew Loomis books and Proco videos. Oh, I remember I tried drawing her again, and it looked awful the second time, because I didn't feel like putting in as much time. Okay. Don't know how to explain that, except I just really liked Kana from Dragon Maid. And yeah, whatever, let's move past. Okay, so there's actually a story with this one. I remember I was drawing in a cafe. This is before COVID and stuff, so I really liked going to cafes to draw. Because I didn't really have a good workplace at home, and I don't like playing home, so I would just like order a small coffee. I'd be that jerk. I'd order the one coffee or whatever, and just sit in the corner of the cafe and try to draw and read books. Apparently, like I remember there was drawings on a chalkboard. I'm going, oh, that's so cool. And the proprietor or the hostess or whatever you call them, the barista, I believe the barista. I told them like how cool it was, and they talked about how they went to art school and they did it, that they went to art school and they're really into art. And so I was drawing and I felt really nervous because I was like, oh man, I don't want her to see my drawings, are so bad. But then I was like, no, you need to suck it up. It's okay, it's fine. I remember struggling with hair and I didn't know how to render or shade hair or any of that, so I asked her for help. And she came by and she did this quick little thing. It was very nice of her to give me the time of day. And I remember she like did it really quickly and tried to explain it to me, and of course I didn't understand. And I remember she signed it and she said, if I ever become famous, maybe you can sell it. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Oh shit, I did not mean to draw on the back of it. I think I did that on accident. I remember this. Okay. So I think I was trying to do like what I learned from the Christopher Hart book, where like you two lines and the whole the space between it was where the eyes would be, and it would take up the entire space. I'm looking at it, it looks like a really shitty Loomis method. Like a Loomis head. I think this is Gummy? I don't know. It was some screenshot or like cover of some Vocaloid or Gummy music. Or Gumi, I don't know how to say it. I'm an old uncultured swine. I remember trying to learn how to draw heads in different perspectives and motions. This is crazy to look back at. Oh yeah, I was trying to learn how to draw bodies. You can tell I did not focus on line work. Even though I totally should have. I should have focused on my lines and muscle control. I forgot how much I drew Miku. Especially like small baby chibi music. Okay. I forgot my bloody pencil. So I still do. I draw every day at work on my break. So I took my sketchbook, and this is back before where I had like a nice little like carry case, a little pocket case. So I would just have like a pencil and sharpener and an eraser just loose in my pocket. And I would draw every day on my break, because the concept was like, oh, if I don't draw on my free time, I'm gonna do this on my break when I'm supposed to, because I'm gonna be doing nothing anyways, because you barely even had time to eat or whatever. And I forgot my pencil, so I did it in pen. I remember being super nervous, but I said, Mom, whatever. I don't want to not draw. Oh yeah, I remember I was trying to learn how to draw buildings. I'm very sorry since it's hard to see some of this stuff because it's all pencil. Oh yeah, I was like really into Undertale. I still kinda am, but not nearly as much as before. Oh yeah, I remember hating myself a lot because my anatomy was bad. It still is, but it'll improve with time. I remember loving this dog. Not how I drew it, but I loved like the idea of this dumb dog. It was like a dog from a Game Grumps animation. And I just loved how dumb it looked. Oh, I actually tried to draw that like frog bull thing again. I was trying to draw like an original character, I remember that. His name was like Francois. I remember I was gonna try to do a comic. I tried to do a storyboard. I remember that. Because I wanted to do an animation. Man, I really wanted to do a lot of animations back then for some reason. That's crazy. Because I never think about doing animations now. I remember it was so hard because I just don't know how to draw bodies. I think I remember I used like a Dragon Ball reference for that. I remember, there was like some meme of some JoJo meme. I don't watch JoJo, but there's some JoJo meme that I like the pose of. So I tried doing it. So I'm like, oh, this is cool. I'll try. Oh, there's more of the comic. Alright. Little storyboard that I try to do. Oh, okay. So it's like 2 and 1/3 pages. Alright. I remember really liking that character. So the whole idea of this dumb character, Francois, is that like he's this super fat, balding guy who's unattractive and ugly, but he doesn't care. And he's super smug, even though he should not be. And he just loves himself and loves his life. And he doesn't care. And also, even though he's so fat, he could go like Super Saiyan, I guess. That's right. There's some animation I want to do for like a music video, like an animated music video for this song I really liked, and that she was supposed to be about this character here. So I remember drawing her a lot. Oh, this is back when Has-Been Hotel Pilot like first dropped, I think, and I was like, oh, the characters look so cool. So I started drawing them. Someone actually asked me to draw them a tattoo. So I was trying to draw this cross thing for them. I ended up hating it. I'm glad I never finished it or anything. He was gonna pay me, but I don't think he actually was. He ended up going to jail. Yeah, that guy got fired and ended up going to jail. That's the story behind this. I hated drawing this. This is awful. I don't understand how to draw Yu-Gi-Oh characters. The tutorial I remember watching was like that the head was a box. It was a square. That blew my mind. It made me super confused. They just look so whack. I still love Yu-Gi-Oh. I think Yu-Gi-Oh is cool. And I like the characters a lot, but drawing that was not fun. Trying to draw light bodies. Alright, my brother wanted me to draw him something and I couldn't because I was bad and I didn't understand how to draw it. He wanted me to draw like a T-Rex that was like a teddy bear. Like a stuffed T-Rex plushie thing. That's so fucking dumb. Finish your homework and it's being said by Torio. That's so fucking stupid. I love it. So this is back whenever I was trying to get like, oh, I'm drawing pencil a lot. I should learn how to ink. So I tried inking this drawing that I liked of Torio, and I couldn't do it, and I hated it, and I hated it so bloody much. I cringed so hard. I think this was there's a YouTuber named Zedrin who's got like these robot waifus that I really liked. I was trying to like learn how to practice rendering and shading, so I drew an applin. I remember this. Oh, creamy. It was back when like Sword and Shield like dropped, and I was all about that Sword and Shield life. Yeah. I was I really hated myself when I did something that I thought was horrible. Wow. Oh, it was not okay. Yeah, I just wrote give up a bunch of times in the paper. Not that I was gonna give up, but like, that's how I felt at the time. Man, holy shit. I fucking hated drawing back then. How the fuck am I still drawing? Oh, bloody hell. I don't remember these being so personal. Yeah, I remember feeling like a pit in my gut after drawing this, how much I hated myself, how much the shame I felt that I couldn't draw a face or draw people or bodies. And all I could think of was like how I should give up and I was bad and I should do something else. But I didn't have anything else to do. There was nothing else I wanted to do. I didn't know how to like handle it, so I just wrote. This was at work too. This was on my break, and I just remember trying to draw this. Looked at it, thought it was awful. Just put my head down and just hating it. I'm starting to feel that pit in my gut of how much I hated myself and how much I hated what I was doing and how bad I was and how I feel like I wasn't worth anything. So I wrote it all out, and I still felt awful for a while. When was this? It was November 24th, 2019. So I didn't draw until like 7 days later, November 26th, 2019. Oh no, that was 2 days later, 24th, 26th, and I still hated it. But I told myself every day at work I would draw. Because if not, then I would completely give up, and I would never draw ever unless I force myself at the specific time. At least if I do that a little bit every day, I might get better. Yeah. Wow, that's super encouraging, Ring a Bell. I really hated myself. I remember I was trying to color and ink that character for that animated music video I wanted to make, and I didn't know what to call her, so I called her Pajama Girl because I think the song was something pajamas. It had like pajamas in it or something, like the word pajama in it. And I think I was gonna name her Elisa or Elise. I remember this. I drew this because I was trying to make something awful and dumb. And I remember, yeah. So I actually drew in blue, like a blue Crayola matte pencil, color pencil, whatever you want to call it. Because I remember reading somewhere like, oh, if you're stuck or ever feel bad, you should try drawing in a different color because it'll help you with your creative juices flowing in your brain or whatever. So I did that, and I realized, oh man, I can't erase. I think this is whenever I couldn't, when I saw the faces that I was doing and how they didn't look good. That I decided to like, I'll buckle down and try to learn the Loomis method. I think that was when I was like, I need to get better at drawing faces. Because all I would do was draw a circle and then split it in half, and that would be like the eye line. And that's not how you do the Loomis method. I know that's like a method for some other things. I remember liking this. I think, yep. This was supposed to be like a big deal for me, because this was the last drawing I did in this book. It's back when I was trying to use every page, because I told myself I would use every page before I ever buy another sketchbook. So March 13th, 2020, and it was right before I had to go to work. I think I had like 20 minutes of free time before I had to go, and I was listening to, I think, Moe Shop, and their song Cerise dropped, and I was like, oh, this song is so good, and I love the cover. So I tried to draw it, and I hated it so much, I literally said, please stop on it. I remember feeling awful and going to work in a bad mood, and I just sucked it up and dealt with it. But I was like, man, maybe I should just stop drawing. I really hated drawing when I started. Oh, that was another like robot concept. It was supposed to be like this nurse robot that was supposed to look like the old nurses when they're first conceptualized by like Florence Nightingale. I think, yeah, her name was gonna be like Nurse Healmore or whatever. So I wanted her to have like an outfit that looked really old timey, like one of the first nurse outfits. I was trying to get the shape down for like eyes, and I didn't know how to use the pen, so I think I'll just scribble whatever. Oh, this is back when I was drawing Mob. I liked Mob a lot. Yeah, I got a bunch of different references, and that's all this is just copied references. If I ever like say, like these are all just copied references, something like that. I think this was original. That one was more or less, but like I might have used I probably used a reference to try to draw it. Just dumb messes because I didn't know what to do it. That's right. I didn't feel like drawing, but I needed to get something on page, so I just did dumb doodles. I didn't know what to do. I remember this. I was trying to do Drawbox exercises. So that's I didn't just randomly do like a bunch of vertical lines like this, not vertical, horizontal lines like this. I was trying to do a Drawbox exercise, and I hated it, and because I hated how I couldn't even do a simple straight line. So I just scribbled a lot afterwards and tried to do like 3D shapes or planes or a circle, and I just couldn't. Because it was my first time doing it, and I thought if I didn't get it within the first day, I'm garbage and awful. I remember this is back whenever we did a bunch. I opened a lot of Pokemon packs with my friends, and so we opened and bought so many. We were like, we might as well make a card opening channel. We'll name it Poke Bros, and that was the concept. So I drew my buddy's favorite Pokemon, which was Absol. It was supposed to have like the dark glasses, and mine is Charmeleon, so I drew Charmeleon, and it was supposed to have like a choice scarf. I still think the concept's cool. I can't believe that's cool that I drew that. Actually, it looks like shit, but that's cool. More planes. I think is trying to actually get some real practice in. Alright, that's right. Okay, so check this out. This is super interesting. So I started like putting notes for myself, which is something I still do from time to time. But this is interesting. Of course I did this on the bloody New Year. Of course I would do this on the first day of the New Year. January 1st, 2020. I will improve, I will draw, I will be the best I can be, you will improve. Of course, I think it was because I wrote so much negativity in my own sketchbook, and it made me feel bad so much that I was like, I should draw something, I should write something positive. I remember this. So this wasn't copied. This was me trying to draw a buddy of mine. He did like a silly pose. I was trying to draw him, and it was awful. More slightly Drawbox exercise. I say slightly because I barely even tried, it looks like. Barely even started. Probably because I hated it and I was garbage. Trying to draw a Jober. There was like an animation. I actually made this animation. It was supposed to be a Jober sitting on a hill with like sitting on a tree stump where he could see a shooting star. That's all it was. So I was trying to like figure out how to draw Jober. There's more to that story, but I'm just gonna leave it at that. I remember trying this mouth and like, oh, that was fun, that was cool, I like drawing mouths. Okay. That looks like a banana man, but that's supposed to be the Moon Man from the old McDonald's commercials? He's in a lot of like Saint Pepsi videos. I really liked him because he looks goofy and happy. So I tried drawing him. Stuff from Black Clover. This one was out without a reference. I remember I felt like shit that day. So I was like, baby, I'm trying to be an artist. Maybe we should try to draw how I feel. So that's interesting. I was trying to draw like a pirate ship in the clouds. Because like I didn't know what to draw anymore. I was feeling pretty down. So I decided to pick a theme, and I asked like a friend for a theme, and he told me sky. So I tried to draw like a flying pirate ship in the sky. kind of like those pirate ships from Treasure Planet. I don't know. That's the only thing I could think of, but I didn't want to make it look futuristic or steampunky, so I just made it like a regular pirate ship. It looks like crap, but I remember doing it, going, ugh, it looks bad. Oh yeah, I think this is whenever I got into like Akihiko Yoshida and his art. So I wanted to draw like Final Fantasy stuff. So I remember like I tried to draw Onyezo Bleach from Bravely Default. I think this is like supposed to be Ifrit. There's some splash art or graphic art of Summoner, the Summoner class for Final Fantasy 14. This is back before I played that, and they would have like an Ifrit out, like a small head, and I tried drawing that. That's all that was. I remember having so much fun with this. I think this is what convinced me that I love drawing mouths. I think there's something about like a long tongue, and drawing long tongues is super fun. And then I tried doing it in pen, like crap. Man, I had that idea way back then. Goodness, I think this was because I was playing Pokemon Masters, and I thought it'd be so cool if there was a Louisamine with like a Nihilego. So I just like that scene from like Pokemon Sun and Moon, where you go fight Louisamine and she's sitting on like a rock, or maybe she's not sitting on a rock. I think she might just be standing, and Nihilego shows up. Okay, and I think this is me trying to copy references and such. So that was another monster concept that I had. Because I had a nightmare, and I wanted to draw it. Oh, I did that on Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. Ah, that's neat. If there's one thing that always surprises me, is I always forget how much effort I put into art and into drawing. I forget that every time, but I forget how much I genuinely practiced or just doodled. That's absurd to me. I mean, I finished a whole sketchbook. Oh, I remember loving this when I first did it, because I think that was the first like thing that I inked that I thought looked cool. The only reason why it's passable is because I didn't even bother trying to do like good lines. I just made it super grungy and scratchy and hairy lines. I remember doing this, loving it, because I loved Kawakami from Persona 5, and that was when I did that. I was like, oh, I finally drew Kawakami not looking awful. Oh yeah, I tried doing the whole like blue thing again, but just mouths and eyes. So yeah, I decided that like even if I wouldn't draw on the same page as like a previous day, so if I drew something on that day and I wasn't really feeling it, I would just continue on. That way I don't feel forced to like try to fill a page, essentially. That was a trip, and that was only the first sketchbook. Bloody hell. Okay, so that was a trip. Wow, I'm gonna be completely honest. I know I said several times like I thought I'd cringe, but I'm just surprised on how cool some of the stuff I thought was. Oh goodness, no. Oh, I wonder how many times he got out of focus. There we go. Especially like the monster concepts. I still think that's freaking rad, man. Yeah. I forgot how I knew I was hard on myself. But I don't remember being that awful. Wow. I remember there were days where I drew and I hated it, and I forced myself drawing, and I just felt me with so much disgust. And I remember I tried to like power through it, and it wasn't worth it. And because I hated how it looked. It's crazy. So that was the first one. I don't know what's next, to be completely honest, but I remember because of how the cover ripped off of that one, I try to go for more sturdy ones. So let me put these over here. One of these. So it was like March 2020 when I finished that first sketchbook. I think it's one of these. Let's see. Okay, so this is the next one. Wait, why do I have this in here? Oh, I'm scared. Oh. I guess I had a bookmarker in there for some reason. Okay. Okay, I remember this. I'm gonna try to make this quicker and just flip through it. But I'll explain this. I wanted to draw daily, and I was running out of like things to draw, so I wanted to have a theme every day. So the theme for that first day was Kitsich, I think is how you pronounce it. I got these themes from like Pixel Dailies because I was super into pixel art at the time. So I would take their daily theme and try to draw it, and I drew like the stereotypical like clock with a wagging tail with like a moving cat eyes. I would go back and forth, and I didn't really care for it, and I wanted to draw a anime babe. So I tried drawing that, and I hated it. Oh yeah, this is supposed to be like a storefront. I didn't do that for very long, the daily challenge thing. I don't think I could do that either, like now. Oh, man. Wow. In my own advice to myself, I told myself just to stop. And then I gave myself proper advice. That's fun. Oh yeah, this is back whenever, like, because the lead would go everywhere, I try to, like, smearing and smudging. So yeah, it looks like 2020 is when I drew more often. Oh, okay. So I think this is the first time, I think, where I tried using... No. Loomis method. Okay, so where was it? Oh, I remember this. Okay. So I think I was trying to draw characters from a video game called After Party that I really liked. And it was awful when I didn't know how to draw faces, right? So I finally said fuck it and try to learn the Loomis method. And I think this is my first attempts at using the Loomis method. I remember watching the Proco videos for the first time. I remember this horrible Miku drawing. And I did it and I went, man, I can't use the Loomis method for shit. Remember when I said I was going to try to cuss? Yeah, that went away real quick. It was back when I was really into Persona 5. I guess I always was for a while. I remember being really proud of this one at the time. It was just... It's not original, I just copied it from some picture on Pinterest, I think. Oh yeah, I wanted to draw not Lopunny, but Neri. But I couldn't. That was a really quick PogChamp I tried to draw. Oh! One of my friends was moving, and he was super into Black Clover. So I wanted to draw him as like a Black Clover character. And he said like, because he's moving back to his hometown, and in his hometown his friends called him Crow in German for some reason. So I wanted to draw like that bird from Black Clover on his head. Yeah, so that's me trying to draw him as a Black Clover character. I remember I gave up on that because I couldn't do it. That actually doesn't look too bad, I think. I'm super duper messy. I did not try to contain that, apparently. If anything, this is messier than the first sketchbook. Yeah, but I wasn't too kind to myself. I drew more Clement. Yeah, I remember really liking that Mega Man drawing that I did on my first sketchbooks. I was like, I'll do it again. I could probably do it better this time, and I didn't feel like I did at the time. Oh yeah, I was getting so frustrated with myself for not understanding anatomy. Oh yeah, I remember I wouldn't always use the Loomis method because I wasn't very good at it. Oh, I was so angry at myself because I just couldn't understand or draw these things correctly. So I got so mad I just scratched out the page. It was just dumb doodles. Oh yeah, this is like a Loomis head practice I was trying to do. More Drawbox exercises. You won't see a lot of these here. When I first started doing Drawbox, I did it mainly digitally. And then I went back and I actually did it physically. Then I finished it. Oh! Okay, so that's cool. I completely forgot about this guy. I forgot that I watched one of Narmak's videos on YouTube, and he had like a very realistic Shrek. I thought it was so funny I decided to try to draw it. I think I've tried several times, actually. Yup. I remember doing this, and I showed it to someone. They're like, "That's a pretty good Loomis head, actually." And I was so proud of this. I remember that. I remember being so proud of this one. Because it was so stupid and funny to me. I think there was like, I wanted to do more monster stuff. So I think I found like some concept art for Shadow of the Colossus, or like someone's interpretation of it. And I tried doing that. More luminous head practice. Oh, I remember this. I think this was like the best luminous head I did at the time. It was supposed to be Kurapika, but I couldn't draw the hair and I just gave up. I think I remember this scene actually. That's crazy. That was back in 2020? I think this was a scene from Blue Period. You can barely see it. Where the main character, Utari? Oh, goodness. Where the main character is looking outside of his bedroom window and he sees all the buildings and he tries to draw it. And I just remember really liking that shot and the perspective of it, so I tried drawing it. I think this is when I got into Final Fantasy XIV because I wanted to draw my Final Fantasy XIV character and I couldn't. And when I was playing Street Fighter V apparently because I really liked Armika and that was my main. So I remember after feeling so bad about doing my last drawing in my first sketchbook, I think this is when I made the tradition to try to make the last page of every sketchbook my absolute best at the time. That way I could go to the last page of my sketchbook, of each sketchbook, and see how good I was at that time. You know, I don't think I was actually that bad when I first, like, all these drawings. I don't feel like they were that bad. I know if I did them now, I'd just fucking scream and holler at myself, and I'll... That's back when I was drawing food. I think this is back when I drew more silly shit because of that. Yeah, I pretty much drew like... I think I just took a bunch of random screenshots of shit that I liked and just drew that. Oh, I did the Makoto drawing back then. I remember being really proud of this one. Because I think I remember working on this for days. And being really proud of it. The line work is bad. But yeah, I think that is the best picture, and it was probably the one that I spent the most time on. So pretty much for all my drawings, I only spent a day on it. I don't like going back on working on drawings, so I work on them as much as I can at that time, and because I know I won't go back to it. But that Makoto one was the exception. Okay, so hold on. When did I finish the Makoto drawing? Or when did I start it? I started it on October 19, 2020. And next sketchbook, October 20th, 2020. Oh, that's back. I think I went back and I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and do that Temi drawing again. Yeah, I kept working on that Loomis method. Oh, I remember this. I wanted to draw something for my friend. So I wanted to make like an Absol and like a Vaporwave background, because I love Vaporwave and Future Funk stuff. I don't listen to it all that much, but I do like it. Oh, more drawbox exercises. So, I remember this was trying to draw Arian, and this is, I was trying to draw Ring-a-Bell from Bravely Default because he's my favorite character from that game. And I couldn't. I remember feeling really bad that I couldn't draw Ring-a-Bell. Oh, so this is when I got into, when I bought the Michael Hampton book and I was trying to learn from that. It was like Gestures and Inventive Design by Michael Hampton, I believe. I remember trying to like make things a little more cleaner. Okay, you can see my body's got a little bit better. Not great, but better. Oh, I remember this. I was trying to learn how to do gesture. I'm still garbage at gesture so bloody much. Oh, you can barely see all this. Ugh, there we go. This is crazy. Seeing all this again. I'm still pretty bad with gesture. I remember getting super angry at myself that I didn't understand gesture. I still do. That must be a running theme with me. I need to maybe just calm down a bit, huh? I really liked Garfield from ReZero. Okay. This one was actually not copied. I did use reference though. I used like some cosplay picture of an Akatsuki outfit and then some reference picture from Patrick. And I think it was Patrick with a samurai sword. I remember drawing that and I thought it was so funny. I remember this. I don't think I can ever forget this drawing. I think it looks. I remember hating it, and it does not look good. But I remember it was on. I think it was like the first time I had a vacation, and this must have been whenever I was able to like get a small section of my brother's garage to draw in, because the space in my room was so small. So it was in winter, because I remember I did this in December 7th, 2020, and it was super cold. And I went out and I was huddled in like the small crappy wooden table, drawing, barely lit, and the garage didn't have a door, it was just open air. So it was so cold, but I wanted to draw. And I didn't know what to do, and I didn't want to be lazy during my vacation, so I just drew food. Yeah, I really liked. I think this is at the time where I read a lot of the ReZero web novel, and they always put like little bits of fan art in front of the chapters or whatever. I remember really liking that. Either bits of fan art or there were like actual art from the artist. I don't know the story behind it. I know Teppei, the author of ReZero, doesn't draw. At least I don't think he does. But he has someone who draws for him, or does the official art, and it looks very nice. Oh, I tried to draw a friend of mine. Remember that. I don't really care so much about. I was really into the Adventure Zone, and I love the Adventure Zone like animations and stuff. And I really like that design of Taco. I really drew a lot of stuff that I liked, like little tidbits. And there's more. It's not even that bad of an exercise. I remember doing that, going, "Man, I'm so bad. Ugh, all the heads are different sizes." Blah. I still couldn't do it. Like, do the sizes. And like relatively all the same size. I very rarely inked back then because I hated it. I remember we were trying to learn how to blend with colored pencils. Just trying to learn how to draw a flower for a coworker because she was having a tough time in her life, and I wanted to draw her something nice. Couldn't do it, so I just didn't. Oh, I remember how hard I worked on this one, and I hated it because of how the lines showed up. Because the lines were, it made her look super stiff, and you can see all the mistakes I did with the lines. Like, you can kind of see that I'm getting a bit better with my motion control. Like, that is all one single line here. Oh, you can't see it here, but you can see a little bit of wobble here. How some of the lines are just kind of like I didn't have the best motor control. Like, you can even see that right there in the tail. This was just copying a reference. I didn't, again, this is not original or anything. I don't know how to do that, which is funny I say that because this was original. That's all me, baby. I don't know what it was. I was drifting off to sleep in the back of someone's car, and all I saw was an old man with like a yellow head like the sun, with like a beard that looked like clouds, and so I tried to draw it. I'm bloody weird. I don't know why I dreamed, had like a small dream of that. Oh yeah, I was trying to draw like from imagination, and I just didn't understand bodies. More Miku. There was like a clip from there's not a clip, a page of the mangaka of Dungeon Meshi or Delicious in Dungeon, like a bunch of Marcel sketches, and I liked it so much I like downloaded it and I tried to draw it. But you can see like how big that arm is compared to that. Yeah, I still couldn't get out of the habit of hating myself. Wow, that followed me in 3 sketchbooks. I remember loving the fan art of Taco. Someone did some fan art of Taco from Adventure Zone. I loved it so much I had to draw it. And I remember like it was I was hating myself, as you can tell, and I drew that and I just loved it. Not the drawing so much, but I loved that fan art, and I love Taco. Trying to draw Kermit pogging for some reason. I think I was trying to draw one of the characters for this project that I always wanted to do, right? And I couldn't. But that's like one of the sketches I did of her, trying to figure out how to draw her. I forgot I did that. That's another Narmak thing. I think it's because I didn't finish the gestures and I had that small quadrant and I said, fuck it. I'm just gonna draw whatever. Yeah, I drew a lot when I was tired. Oh, I remember this. My buddy has a D&D character who had like some symbol or whatever, so I tried drawing the symbol because I thought it was interesting, and I didn't understand like what it was supposed to be or what it looks like. I remember sending it to him and he just said, "Oh, it looks wrong." I'm like, I don't know what the fuck it is. So I try not to draw shit that I don't understand too much. Well, like, and send it to someone. Ugh, her body's broken. I don't know. I don't think I did that right at all. Marie Zero. Oh. I think I know why I have a bookmark here. And it's because of how bad this looks. I was excited for Annie of the Stars showing up in Skullgirls, and so I tried drawing her, and it looks crap. It looks awful. I remember doing it, and it looked awful, and I hated it. Okay, so I think this was the last page. Yeah. So that's the one I worked on the most. I really tried. I remember taking a long time, and I remember doing it, and I went, man, I don't know how to draw bodies. That's what his arm looks all messed up. I remember going, oh man, that Makoto drawing I did last time was way better. Ugh. So that's the third one. And I think during the process of those, of my second and third sketchbook, I was like doodling in this small one. Oh yeah, because I remember I wanted to do like, I wanted to try to do like life drawings of people. And I couldn't quite get that. I was trying to draw like the desk I was working on. Trying to draw like the interior of my car. The kitchen stove top. Catching, I guess that's when I got into Genshin Impact. I drew this more than I thought I did. I thought this was mainly empty. I think from here on it's empty. I don't really use this sketchbook too much because I have this. This is what I use as my little pocket sketchbook now because it's a lot easier. It's a sketch wallet. If you ever check this out, this is super cool. So you can see the drawings I did in this one if you like. These are like a bunch of random dumb doodles. It's hard to see. There we go. So this is what I mainly use now. I don't really use it for life drawings. I mainly just doodle random stuff that, like, in my car, if I park somewhere and I have to wait, and it's kind of cumbersome to get like my big old sketchbook, so I'll just doodle in this. It's very nice. I don't really draw in it very often. I take this way less serious than the other drawings. Try to just doodle or whatever. It doesn't matter. It's not supposed to look good. It doesn't really matter. It's mainly like just to pass the time or practice something, or try to practice something in the super small sketchbook. I think that's it. No, there's a little more. Ugh. Yeah, I'm feeling the cringe now, probably because it's more recent. I'm just like, fucking garbage. Oh, I think it was testing out different colors, because I got some alcohol markers. Oh yeah, I use it for dumb notes if I need it. Don't know what that is. On the bottom right here. I don't know what that is. I think it's supposed to be like a monster mouth or monster maw. Ah, yeah. I drew a gun. There was a small little plastic gun toy I found. So I tried drawing that. I think that's it. Ooh, I was taking notes of like what head methods, because I've only done Loomis. I've only practiced Loomis, but there's the Riley method and the Hogarth method. And I wanted to check those out to get, so I can draw heads better. think that's it. Yep. Okay. Fourth sketchbook. Wait, before we go to the fourth sketchbook, I have other sketchbooks full of like random doodles. So I was very kind enough to receive some art supplies and sketchbooks from a coworker who just decided to be super nice. It was a Secret Santa thing that I signed up for, and it's like the only year we did it too. And she got me, and she asked a coworker, and they said that I like to draw, and so she got me a bunch of like, she got me like a sketchbook. So I think I bought this one. What's this one? Shit. Okay, so I bought this one for myself because this was supposed to be like a concept art sketchbook, of like the project I wanted to work on, and I wanted like a bigger sketchbook because I only had those small ones before. So that was very nice of her. So let's see what I did in this. So this is one of the ones that she bought me. This one and that small one, and then she got me some pencils and erasers and stuff, which was super nice. Oh, that's right. I was trying to draw the flower in this. I think that's all I did. I don't really like this kind of sketchbook too much. I don't like the feel of the paper. Yeah, I started getting really picky because I think this was around the time where I tried like the Speedball or Banefong sketchbook because a friend of mine recommended it to me, and I really liked it. So I got super picky. But it's a sketchbook, and I'm not gonna throw it away because I'm probably gonna use it one day. Now this is interesting because this was between all that. Like I had this before that sketchbook my coworker gave me, and this was supposed to be like full of concept art. And this is back when I was really trying to fix my mindset because I had such an awful mindset. So, and I remember I opened this sketchbook up and I told myself this is going to be for concept art for my project, and I'm all excited and scared and afraid, and opened it up and I couldn't even start. So I did this and I told myself it's okay, I'm gonna fail and it's okay. I was trying to be okay with it, trying to really be okay and be fine with the concept of not liking what I draw. So I'll show a little bit. I didn't draw very much in this. I was trying to draw a character that's all like disfigured with like third-degree burns. I don't believe they're called third-degree anymore. I believe they're called full-thickness burns. Oh god, fuck me. Oh. Yeah, I remember doing this and really not liking it. I think I stopped after this. And it's the first time I really colored. Yeah. I guess I wasn't okay with failing. But I need to be okay with that. Oh, God. Okay, let's put that away. Alright. So this was the second to last sketchbook. I think this is when I got better at the Loomis method and I was trying to do more bodies. Either that or I said fuck all that shit and I just drew a lot. Oh, I forgot. This is back when I was trying to draw. I had an idea for a manga that I wanted to make, so I was trying to draw a character from it. And I was going to put Francois, the other character from that animation, in it. So you can see my Loomis has actually got better around this time, probably because I practiced so much in the third sketchbook. So what, this is like my fourth sketchbook. My lines are still bad, they're still garbage. I think this one wasn't with a reference. I was just trying to figure out how to draw original characters based off my own knowledge. I think I actually took the hair from something though. I think I actually used a reference for the hair. I'm not too sure from what though. Don't remember. Oh, I really liked Dungeon Meshi at the time. So I remember I couldn't sleep one day, so I just drew that. It was like a small scene from it, small panel. I won't say anything for spoilers. Oh, okay. So I think I was reading Bakuman at the time. It's like this manga about drawing manga. And so I think this is I actually bought a G pen. And that was like the first thing I inked with the G pen was Haru from Persona 5. It doesn't look too great. I think I used the official art. I might have used some fan art, I don't remember. But I remember being really proud of this one. And I'm still proud of it to this day. Except when I look at it and I see how bad the lines are and how chicken scratchy it is. What the fuck? I guess I just didn't draw that shoulder. Oh my gosh. It's pretty hard to see because like I think the hair's supposed to cover it. This is from Shumetsu no Valkyrie or Record of Ragnarok. I really like the manga. So, oh wait, we should see when I started this, right? So this is started March 4th, 2021, and I finished the third sketchbook on finished the third sketchbook on, oh goodness, February 10th. Okay, so it was about a month, I guess, where I just didn't draw. That sounds about right. Was that the case? Yeah, that was about the case. For a month, I just didn't draw. Alright, cool. I might have just been doing a lot of digital stuff, maybe. My digital stuff is bad. Oh. I think I meant to draw here. Because I even have it dated. And I just didn't. I just didn't have it in me to draw. I think I did the date and I put my head down, put my pencil down, and just went, ugh. And that's what I did. More practice from the Michael Hampton book. I can tell because the way I was trying to copy like the way he does gesture, and I just can't. He has a lot of contour lines, I think that's what it's called, and I just couldn't. I could never draw Haru right. You can see I'm trying to use ink more often. Oh yeah, I was trying to draw an original character for that manga. Or just a dude. You're not gonna see stuff much better than this, I think. I really liked Aruma. Marushita Arumas? Oh, that's right. I was copying a frame from the anime. And I tell myself to stop that because everyone says it's bad. Because it's not great. Because it doesn't really focus on anime, it focuses on gesture. But I really like it. I really like the anime. And I like the pose and stuff. So I tried doing it. It looked like garbage. And I tell myself to never do that again. I still think it's bad to do that. But if you want to do it, go for it. And I still do it from time to time. But I don't use it as a practice or anything. I try to just do it as a doodle and try to just do it for fun instead of a learning device. I should put these up because it's getting harder to see these. No specific character, just trying to draw a guy, trying to draw original characters. I don't have any. I say that even though I tried. More practice. That was again copying reference. I think that was from the manga, and I didn't quite get it. And I tried inking it with a G pen, and it didn't work out. And I just stopped because I thought it was awful. My lines are super loose. More practice through the Michael Hampton book. drawing some panels from the Pokemon manga. Trying to get used to that G pen. I don't really use a G pen. More G pen. I really had a lot of fun with it though. I really like ink. I think ink is great. Yep, I remember hating this. Looks awful, and I still think it's gross, and I hated it. Gave myself some notes, and I can't ink. Yeah, this is back whenever I hated inking a lot because I felt like it always ruined my pencil sketches. But it was just because my pencil sketches were super loose. Like if you look at the lines, they're super scratchy and they're not clean lines, they're like hairy lines. It's kind of hard to tell. So they're not one big line as they should be, and it's okay for a sketch, but I didn't know how to. I couldn't at the time do better than that, and I still can't really. I'm trying to get better at that. That's where Drawbox comes in a lot. I think this is with G Pen again, yeah. More doodles. Oh, I remember doing this and I thought it was awful and garbage and I hated it. Give myself a lot of notes. And some words of encouragement. Don't forget, applying advice is definitely hard. It's okay if we fail again. Good idea using a .005 micron pen for eyes. Try using a small pen / nib for eyes from now on. Line art is getting better. Let's take our time with the sketch. I actually praised myself for using color, even though it looks like dog shit. I'm proud of myself. I'm so proud that I'm trying to fix my mindset here. Face anatomy / placement is off a bit, though it's hard to tell because the eyes will get it next time. Don't worry about it, it's cool. Sure, the colors aren't what we wanted, but what ifs? If you're scared of failing so much you don't practice or try new things, you only fail yourself. Use context such as neck, hair, and eyes to determine if a head is at an angle. Remember, chin lines up with the bottom / base of the nose. What? Chin lines up with the bottom / base of the nose and center of the face. Oh! I don't mean vertically, I mean no, I mean vertically, not horizontally. Oh, okay. Like, oh, I remember what I'm talking about now. Oh, okay. I was just trying to make sure where the placement with the nose and the head line up. Oh, I remember having so much fun with this one. I remember doing this back in that little garage I was telling you about. Oh, I had so much fun with this. I had so much fun with the clothes. I could not do the body. I'm so bad at the body. I wish I could show this better. Oh man. But I had so much fun. It was like a cat girl picture that I really liked. Because I'm a bloody weeb. Oh man, I had so much fun doing that one. The lines are still really bad, but I was trying to be careful about it. Oh, I never filled that page up. I probably gave up. Probably wasn't feeling too hot after putting a lot of effort into this one and never finishing it. I wish I could show it better. Look at trapeze to help find the angle or orientation of the neck source, like trapezius muscles. So that's some advice I was trying to give myself and try to figure out. More Michael Hampton practice. It was I think this was in the Michael Hampton book. Let's try using a .005 for small muscles. I would not do that. I fucked up my pen by using it so much for shit like that. I think I just skipped some pages because I didn't want to like mess with whatever was in front, like in the front page. Or if I wanted to do something serious. Guess not. I don't know why I skipped that page. I forgot how much I practiced from the Michael Hampton book. Power from Chainsaw Man. So this is all 2021. 2021? Yeah, I started in 2021. You can see, I still didn't quite understand. Like, I was getting better at copying. I wasn't great at it, but I still don't. I still don't. I didn't, and I still don't understand very much, like, how to break down human bodies. Oh, I was reading the Andrew Loomis book because I wanted to get better at Loomis heads. So I was trying to copy examples from it. Like, the little practice, the little diagrams we'd have to have explain the method. I remember if I wasn't feeling great that day, I would do really, really sketchy and loose lines for dumb sketches. Oh, that's right. So this is actually a small scene that I really liked from Witch Hat Atelier. Never take the messy, easy way out. That's right, because I was super. My lines are super sketchy, and I really didn't like that. Because ever since I started, I really wanted a clean art style, and I never really tried because I didn't think or believe in myself that I could. I think I can now, but I'm still not good enough. I think there's more gesture practice. Trying to draw Inosuke from Demon Slayer. I was really into Inubika Mori, like this artist on YouTube who does songs, and I think he draws his own, or he or she draws their own like covers and like small little animations. I don't know, I just really admire that, so I was trying to draw his characters and stuff. I didn't really like how the drawings came out. Oh, sorry, I wanted to draw Armika in like my own original pose and stuff, and I couldn't figure it out. Oh, I remember this. I sent this to a friend that I haven't seen in a very long time for help, and he really liked it. But you can see my problems with anatomy, with like connecting, mainly the torso, like connecting the ribcage and the pelvis. He said he really liked the head and the hair, but that the rest here was a bit mixed up. And it is, definitely. I mean, you can see how loose the lines are here, because I just don't have that muscle control. I just didn't build it up. Oh, this must have been when Strive came out, because I was playing Eno and I really like Eno. This is actually with the G pen, I think. You can tell by how like messy and messed up the lines are. Like, I think it's hard to tell on camera, but if you could see it in person, you can see how like the lines aren't really clean, and like this line here, if I can focus, how it looks kind of wobbly. It looks much better on camera than in person, I swear. But yeah, I had a lot of mistakes with this one. Oh, especially like the thickness on the mouth, and connecting the jaws, the jawline, like these two lines. I think I was gonna do something here, like an exercise, and I couldn't bring myself to do it. Yeah, I think every time after like a big drawing like that, where I put a lot of effort into it, I can't bring myself to draw very much anymore. So I just do dumb sketches, or I'll try to do an exercise and I just don't really start it. Holy shit. I forgot that I tried to get into VTubers. I didn't understand VTubers. So I was watching random VTubers because my friends were all into it, right? And I just don't like them. I don't know. I don't hate them. But I didn't get it. So I checked out the VTuber Honey Goblin, and I like her stuff. So I can't say I still don't watch VTubers, honestly. I don't really watch streams, but I really like Honey Goblin. She's cool. I don't really watch her very much, but she's cool. And there's some VTubers that are cool that I like Iron Mouse. Iron Mouse is cool. I like how she interacts with Connor. But I'm not super knowledgeable about VTubers or any of that. Oh, Camino Jihen. There was a panel that I really liked. So let's try doing that. I remember this. I didn't know what to draw, so I told my buddy to give me a recommendation. He just said Sora, because he's super into Kingdom Hearts. That is not original. That is me just copying a reference, and the lines are trash. I remember spending so much time on this one. I just couldn't do it because I couldn't figure out how to draw bodies, man. My friend was sleeping on his couch, and I was trying to draw him. More gesture. Yeah, I was like study bones. I was trying to make like an original Monkey Man, business Monkey Man drawing. You can see my lack of like torso and anatomy. Like I think my faces were better, but this is troublesome. I don't think I got much better than this. Oh, I remember this. So, there was some picture I really liked on Pinterest, so I was trying to figure out how to draw like them. So I did my best to copy the picture, and I put mine over theirs to see like how well I did, and it was off because I didn't trace it, right? But I remember hating myself that like, oh, the eyes are off and they're not in the right placement, and of course they're not going to be exactly the same. I didn't trace it. But I remember hating myself for it. Like, trying to give myself like words of encouragement. You'll be a concept artist. I did not understand how to use alcohol markers. I still don't. I really mess with them, but I do like them. I like them a lot, actually. Oh, this was cool. I think it was it's not from Akiko Yoshida. I think their name is Shuke on Twitter. They're super cool. They have like an art style similar to Akiko Yoshida. So I try to copy some of their stuff. Really cool. I think I got bored at a friend's house and I just drew that. Dumb doodles. Oh, that's right. I was trying to get used to drawing with the G pen. I was reading the author something Gupta book. I have it over here. It's like rendering in pen and ink, I think. Oh, it is author Gupta. There's a book by author Gupta about using pen and ink to draw, and there was some exercises in it that I was trying to do because I wanted to get better at that. I think I tried doing a really good drawing at the end of the sketchbook and I just couldn't. I think I just settled for that because I tried doing this and it just didn't work out. Okay, now to the latest sketchbook. So I just finished this. Well, it's not actually complete. I would recommend this. This has brought so much joy in my life. Is putting stickers on my sketchbook. It's super nice. It's pretty. I like it. It's good stuff. It has like some personality to it, so where I don't feel like I have to be so professional or whatever. Like it's for you and no one else. And so if you mess up on it and it looks bad, who cares? It's for you anyways. It's not for someone else. It's for you. I don't know. Yep. Yep. Drawn ladies. Alright, so my pencil, I had a what the fuck was it called? The Cortoga pen, mechanical pencil that I used for a while. It exploded on me when I was drawing this guy from Blue Period. And I decided to continue with it and continue drawing with that broken pencil. This isn't, it feels so long ago when I did this, but it was just like late last year, because it's March 2022, so this was like 8 months ago, so like half a year ago. Okay, so this does not feel real, I guess. It's just weird seeing this again. And this is a sketchbook I just finished working on. And I recognize some of them, but some of them are just like, I forgot I even did that. I don't think I have anything impressive in this sketchbook. Yeah, bodies is just a concept, like specifically torso is just a thing I always have trouble with. I remember I tried to practice realism. That was awful. It looks awful. Really like Monster Musume. Oh yeah, if I had to draw something that I put a lot of time into, I don't like drawing the back of it. Just that way, if I ever ink it, it doesn't bleed through. On some other drawing. I forgot I did that. Yeah, you can tell I'm trying to draw more bodies now. I really like this picture. I forgot what it was, but I think it was this. I forgot what the reference was, but I think I changed the hair. And I lost the reference. I didn't continue it, but I did like how this was looking. Hard to tell, but something. Okay, I'll save these for later, because this sketchbook got real beat up, and some of the pages are just flying out of it. So that's what I'm trying to finish up this sketchbook. My lines are still pretty bad. You can see here I try to be a little bit cleaner, but it didn't really work out. Trying to draw a character for that project. Some visual novel game someone made that I really like the character from. There was some fan art of the doll from Bloodborne that I really liked, so I tried drawing her. not great though. Yep, another scene from an anime. Ugh. There's some Picora fan art I saw that I liked. I thought it'd be good practice for drawing bodies. Yeah, you can tell that I didn't really write. So this is still life I try to do. Just random doodles because I wasn't feeling up to it. Oh, I guess I tried doing that again. Where like the little practice we're trying to draw on a colored pencil. Does not really show very well, but it's red. Oh no, that's not it. I had red ink, not red ink, red lead, and I was like, oh, I gotta try that out. So I was actually trying to see if I could draw without a reference. So that was me trying to draw without a reference. It's not great. It probably would have been better if I used a reference and just didn't like copy it, just used it how you're supposed to, and actually just use it as a reference, as a guideline, and then change it up to how I like you know, like what a professional artist does. Butts, trying to draw butts, doodles, because I got bored. Oh, that's right, I was trying to do the bean method for drawing torsos that Proco has. It's called the bean, where you draw the rib cage and the pelvis as like circles and kind of connect it together to make the general loose shape of the torso and kind of understand it. Understand the placement and how it's broken down into various poses. That one I have a reference for, and I goofed it up. Goofed up a lot. Ah, there we go. January 2021. Oh wait, I think this was 2022. Whoops. Yep. Maybe? When did I start this? Was it 2020? Oh, 2021. So that must have been 2022. I guess I just forgot that it wasn't 2021. It was 2022. I remember this one. This one's fairly recent, I want to say, but I guess not. Actually, so there was a panel from a manga I liked, and I really liked how the character looked. This is actually like a pretty good way to check out the Loomis method on a character, because I never finished it with the hair. Like, I think it's a good way to, for someone that doesn't know what the Loomis head method is, and I'll probably go into it one day. Man, the eyes are so off. I really fucked that up. Whatever. Yeah, I really messed that up. I really messed up the eyes. But at least it gives you an idea how a Loomis head is supposed to look. Like, not that it's like a great one, but like an idea of it. I was trying to practice like third point perspective and just drawing buildings, because I don't really do that very much. I think I did this in G-Pen. Yeah, I did it in G-Pen, so that's bad. Or torso practice. Yeah, my line's never really improved. That'll be a running thing. I should do more drawbox. I need to continue with the 250 box challenge and drawbox. A co-worker of mine has an OC from Hell of a Boss because he's super into that show. And he showed it to me and I liked it, so I tried drawing it and I couldn't, and I just did that real quick on my break. Oh, it's getting hard to stomach some of this. Yeah, telling myself to ghost more, which is a technique where you practice doing the line before you actually do it. Oh, I'm feeling sick by looking at this. Oh yeah, this is back when I try to get more into gesture, because my gesture's garbage. Yeah, it's hard looking at this. And this is not long ago at all. Yeah, I didn't really improve very much from the sketchbook before this one to this one, to the newest one. Okay, so these are some pages I worked on, but like they just kind of came out. So so this was just a doodle I was doing, trying to practice bodies, and I didn't like how it came out, but I was like, I'll just use it for inking practice. Same with this. This is the one I'm working on the most right now, but I don't really understand bodies. Hello everybody, so I'm actually recording this little tidbit months after the initial recording, and I completely forgot while I was editing. I noticed I remembered how abruptly I ended the video and how much I had to cut out at the very end due to how crappy I was feeling. It doesn't really put me in a great light, but I want to upload this video anyways, because I kind of see this video as the first page of a sketchbook. So imagine a brand new sketchbook that you get, and you open it up and you see the very first page, and you feel that pressure and anxiety of, oh, I don't want to mess this up, or I don't want it to look like shit. I want this to look nice. I don't want to ruin this super nice sketchbook. And you kind of get that like first page anxiety. And that's kind of how I see this video. Because initially you'll get that impression of, I don't want to mess this up, and you're so afraid of having a bad drawing or first drawing of that sketchbook look like crap. So some of the best advice I've heard, and what I do from time to time, instead of trying to make it the best drawing you can make and ruin your own expectations or have these expectations for yourself that you can't meet or are just bogging you down when you're just trying to have some fun. That's how I'm treating this video. And even though I'm not happy with this video and the initial recording whatsoever, I'm going to continue editing and upload it regardless. To get it out of the way, because I can't be scared of a bad video if I already have one out there. Got nothing else to lose. You already know what I'm about. All that unprofessional and anxiety and self-confidence issues. Sorry, it's dawning on me that I'm gonna be showing all the crap. You screw it. And that's it. So if you actually watch the entire thing, or you just get to the ending, or just even watch a little bit, thank you so much. Honestly, it means a lot to me. I wouldn't think anyone to watch this. And I do apologize for the abrupt ending, but that's pretty much my explanation for it. And my little signing off note of the first little first real video of the channel. Thank y'all so much, honestly. Oh, if you're wondering about the drawing, it's just a, if you can even tell, it's a drawing of Yusuke Urameshi, because I really like Yu Yu Hakusho, and I finally finished it, and I'm getting really into Yoshihiro Togashi's art. It's so good, especially now that Hunter x Hunter's back. I didn't want there to be a blank page, or just like a desk full of nothing, so boring to look at. So I went ahead and just did a quick little sketch. That's why it looks kind of off and what have it. Let me see if I should have the actual reference I used on my phone, and I'll show that so you can actually see how good Togashi's art is. Look at that. And then this, but cool. I didn't have the heart to put more effort into it, but so that's what we got. Just a rough little sketch. I believe that's really it. I just wanted to go ahead and say thank y'all for watching and give a small explanation and apology for the abrupt ending and uploading this trash video, I guess. I shouldn't call it trash.